Hello everyone. Sorry, my lighting in the house is absolutely horrendous. We've been talking about putting another light up in the living room. Help with the lighting issues. But for now we're stuck with this. But one of the things when you're dumpster diving is you find things that you have to repurpose. You have to fix or just find a new use for it to make it useful again. So today I'm going to show you what you can do when you find the fleece scraps like that, so that it's still useful, and you can donate it to like rescues or shelters or sell it if that's what you want to do, or your own animals can enjoy it. So I'm going to show you how you do a rope toy made out of the fleece, and there's a couple tips along the way. Stay tuned. So first things first, when you're making these rope toys is you need to have 4 pieces of fleece, preferably 2 different patterns, 2 different colors, so it's easier to distinguish which rope is which. But you're just going to take, and I cut it fairly thick. I cut at least about probably 1.5 to 2 inches thick, just to help make a thicker toy. Because you do tie these very tight. Loose tying will make it not as tight of a toy when they tug on it, and it'll actually be very loose. So you want to have a nice tight toy. I normally do cut a bigger rope than this, but I'm using the scraps. So sometimes you're just going to have a smaller rope. I am not going to do this whole rope toy on the camera because it doesn't take long, but it gets boring. You don't want to watch me tie this for 10 minutes, 15 minutes. So I'm going to show you the finished product with another one I did once I show you how to do this. But I cut it so that there's 4. So we have 2 of the darker blue and 2 of the snowflake ones. So first things first is you're going to line these up. They may not be 100% even. These are scraps again. So you're going to line them all up and you're going to make a knot. So you're going to take and you just basically wrap it around your hand, pull it through. Pretty straightforward, right? Pull that nice and tight, and you just got your fringe at the end. And what I'm going to do just to make this easier, because the biggest thing is that knot does move around, so you need to have a way of holding it steady, is I'm going to use some duct tape. May have been from the dumpster, honestly.
I think it was, actually.
See, gotta reuse whatever you can. But I'm just gonna pull off a decent size rip of duct tape and just tape over the knot, or over this fringe, so that way we can separate it. So now you're gonna do the same color in the same direction. So I'm gonna put my dark blue up and my light blue to the sides. So you're just gonna separate it all out. So it's all basically in a T. So now you're going to do the same. This goes down. This goes up. Over and in. Maybe that's it. It is the way I had it originally. Then over and in. Now you're going to pull. Remember, your blues are always going to go to the top. Your light blue is going to always go to the side for this one. And then when you start pulling it tight, it's going to seem extremely tight at first, but you want it tight. So, again, you're going to take this one and go to the left, the bottom one up to the right. You're going to go over the blue and then through the hole, and then over the blue and through the hole. Then you're just going to tighten it. It's just a lot of repetition. Like I said, just making sure you're tying it tight. Like I pull the corresponding and it looks extremely tight. It's like, why are we doing this so tight? It's not normal. That's how you want it. So same pattern. This one's always going to go over this side. This one's always going to go to the right. You're always going to do the same cross. It's always going to be the same. Just keep on repeating until you get done. Want to make sure you end it when you can still tie a knot at the end, because you're going to tie the knot just like the top. And like I said, you just want to make sure it is tight. I've done it incorrectly as far as the tightness goes. So you really just got to make sure you are doing a tight knot. Otherwise, it's too loose. Fleece stretches a lot. So if you get a loose knot, it's just too loose. So tighten it all up. Like you think as you're doing it, you're like, that seems too tight. This looks better. A little bit thicker. But it will stretch so much when the dog pulls on it. It's not ideal. So as you can see, it starts forming into that nice rope. I'll show you guys a little bit better. You can see how it's forming into a nice rope. So you got your rope. I'll do you one more demonstration. So you're going to take this top one and you're going to go to the left and leave a little loop. The bottom one to the right. Then you're going to take your light blue that's on the right of you and you're just going to go over that one and then through the loop. Again, over and through this loop. And then you're just going to pull. You're going to kind of just go back and forth between them as you pull it tight. So not that hard. Now let me show you some finished products. So these are some finished products and I'm going to show you both of them. This is the one that I pulled it nice and tight. And as you can see, when you pull the rope, it doesn't really form any gaps. So it's a nice little tug toy. It's easy to clean. You can throw that in the washer, but that one's good. This one, like you see, I tried to go a little bit looser. And you see it looks great until you pull it. Now you see all those gaps that it forms? It's going to get ripped up way easier than the tighter end. So you want to just have a tight pull. It seems a little excessive, but tight will make these last longer. My Shepherd is an extreme chewer, and the tight rope that I've made, he can't break it. He's tried. So the tighter the rope, the better it is, the longer it's going to last for tug-of-war and play toys. Like I said, these, you can make them, you can sell them, or you can donate them. Shelters would take them, rescues will take them. So, and have fun. Use up that fleece that's constantly getting thrown away and oftentimes getting sliced. Sliced fleece can still be made into these rope toys most times. So you still have a use for it. But that's what I do with the fleece. Either that or we make little blankets for cat carriers and that for the cat rescue or cat beds. So there's a couple things we do with the fleece. This is one of them. Stay blessed, guys. We'll catch you on the next one.